Hi my pretties, my name is Arin. I read books, and today I'm hauling some books. I have a sobering amount of books in front of me. It is eye-opening, for sure. So these are all the books I've gotten since September 1st. It is now mid-October. I've gone a little feral. There's something about the fall that just really brings out the book shopping dragon in me. I have a library card, you know what I mean? But I'm just a little dragon, and I just want them to be mine. I just have my little cave and I just want them to be mine. So I have a couple of packages, which I thought we could start with, and then I have everything that I've gotten like in person, organized by genre. So let's start. All right. I should not be trusted with scissors. Okay. 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 I got Starling House by Alexi Harrow for my book of the month this month. First of all, this cover is just so stunning, and I haven't read The 10 Doors of January, which is also by her, but I have read Once and Future Wishes, which is for sure gonna be in my top books of the year. Spoiler alert. I love that book. I have it up on a display shelf because I love it so much. So I'm so excited about this one. This one is a gothic fiction, I think present day though, which we'll see how that goes, but I love gothic fiction. I'm all about the atmosphere, all about like the emotional turmoil horror and ghosts. I really hope this is supernatural, but I don't really know. All I know is that it's about a house that a famous author used to live in, and now our main character is living there. I think it's some sort of contest, maybe? I can't remember, and I kind of don't want to know. I kind of just want to go into it knowing just that. I am glad though. I watched Sid from Sid Bookworm do a reading vlog on this, and she prepped me for it not being horror. So thank you, because I was gonna go into this expecting it to be spooky, but I'm glad that I know that it's not, and I can have my expectations in a positive place. And then I also got The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic by Brianne Randall. Another, again, a beautiful cover, and I am all for the cozy, witchy, just like blanket and tea. This one is pitched as Gilmore Girls meets Practical Magic. Say less. Like, thank you for your service, Brianne Randall. I'm so excited. This one is about our main character, who is a witch who is going to have, I believe, 5 heartbreaks in her lifetime, and that is the cost for her magic. And I believe that one of the heartbreaks involves her grandma coming to the end of her life, which I think is a big part of this, and that makes me a little bit nervous. I generally don't handle that subject very well, but maybe I should face my fears. And also I think it's going to be like a really wholesome, sweet time. I listened to the virtual book tour episode, the Book of the Month podcast, where they interview authors. I really like it, and I really loved her episode that they did recently about this book, and it made me even more excited to read it than I already was. And now, a biggin from Book Outlet. See, here's the thing. This isn't an ad, by the way, but I'm pretty sure the books I got in this box were like $40 total, and like, I was gonna get them anyway for full price. I made money buying these, you know what I mean? I made money. Oh man. Oh God. Oh no. That went horribly. Jesus. Okay. Oh man. One of them folded.
Diddly.
Oh man, 2 of them folded! Crap. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. Okay, first up, I got The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix is one of my very favorite authors. I still have this one to go. We Sold Our Souls, and there's, I think, another one. I have like a shelf in our other room, like a display shelf of the ones that I have read. So I'm kind of just going through them. I don't want to do it too fast because I like savoring favorite authors' books. But this one is about a support group, like a therapy support group of final girls from slashers. And I believe that it's years later, but the slashers are back for the final girls. So I think this one is probably about the final girl of the final girls. I'm really excited. I really love comedic horror, and that's really Grady Hendrix's strong point. So bring the camp, bring the humor, bring the gore. I'm stoked. This one got bent really badly. Well, this is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I read The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi this year, and that's another one of my favorites of the year. So I'm a little bit intimidated. I haven't read a ton of epic fantasy or long fantasy series or anything like that. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I want to be one of those people, but I haven't been yet. So let me know if this is an okay place to start, or if you have any other recommendations for like a good dipping my toes into epic fantasy. I would actually really appreciate that if you have any ideas or any insight into this one. I don't know what it's about. I don't want to either, honestly. Sorry, some of these I know what they're about, and then the ones I don't know because I don't want to. I just want to jump into them. This one is meant to... I'm really, really excited about this one. This one is Notes on an Execution by Danya Kafka. So in like a span of 2 weeks, I watched both Allison Page's and Katie Coulson's reading vlogs for this book, and saw that it was one of the most mentioned in the favorites of last year video that Katie Coulson did. And everything they were saying about it, I was just salivating. I had never heard about it before, and then like back to back I watched all those videos and I was like, oh, I gotta do it. So this is about a, I believe, serial killer who is on death row, and I think it might mostly take place his last day, but I've also heard that it's mostly about the women in his life and how it's affected them, and about like the gray areas between good and evil, and critiquing the death sentence and probably the prison system at large. I'm gonna be really uncomfortable, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh, I forgot I got this. I got The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. So first of all, this is one of my father-in-law's favorite books. I love talking about books with him, and so I want to read his favorite. And I love the movie. So at the beginning of this story, a man finds out that the city is going to tear down his house to build a highway, and he goes and complains about it to one of his work friends, but it turns out that his work friend is actually an alien and knows insider goss that the earth is ending the same day. So he's like, don't worry about your house, like, let's get out of here. And I suppose hitchhike around the galaxy and maybe try to save Earth. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. My partner got some Sarah J. Maas. I don't know anything about them. Okay, some horror. I got The Spite House by Johnny Compton. All I really know about this is that it's a haunted house, and I love haunted houses. I love ghost stories, haunted houses, like, it's just my very favorite thing, both in movies and in books. I love it. Like, just tell me it's a good haunted house story and I'm there. I think I got this one because I saw Jordaline reading it. So I believe this one is about a father and daughters who are on the run from like a mysterious past. And so he ends up taking care of this creepy old house that I assume is haunted, kind of trying to hide out, but you know, what's in the house is just as scary as what's chasing him. I really hope it's supernatural, because one of my least favorite things in the world is reading what I think is a haunted house story, and then it turns out that it's something else. I want it to be ghosts. You don't have to trick me and it's actually this crazy other thing. Like, I want it to be ghosts. I love ghosts. So hopefully it's ghosts. And then the last one in this box is The Mountain in the Sea by Ray Naylor. Beautiful cover. There are 2 covers, but this one is just exquisite. The colors, are you serious? Like the salmon and the teal, beautiful. So this is a sci-fi, which is very exciting. I don't have a ton of sci-fis and I'm trying to get into it. I used to be really into sci-fi and then I kind of drifted away from it for a while. I'm trying to get back into it, so hopefully this helps. I believe that this one is about a woman who researches octopi. Or have we decided that it's octopuses? Let me know. So in this universe, it's been discovered that there is a group of octopuses in the ocean who have developed like their own language and culture and like have really developed even further than octopi. Or is it octopuses? Already have. And the main character, I believe, is working for a company who needs to gather them to like experiment on them or study them. And I think it's kind of like a moral struggle if that's like the right thing to do. I'm really excited about it. It's so beautiful. I don't know what those are supposed to be, but I'm so excited about it. Hopefully I find out. Maybe it's like their language or something. Wow, you guys, I don't have any decorated edges at all. So I just accidentally got my first decorated edges. Oh, hell yes. Look at me go. Wow, I'm so happy for me. Okay, on to things that I got in person. Let's start with the romances. I have talked a little bit about these on my channel already, so I'll be kind of quick about it. So this one is the only one that I've already read. It is A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. I finished this last night. Y'all. Blushing in the club. I don't know what came over me. I am a lesbian. I'm a she's and they's type of guy, and I don't know. I was like, I'm not interested in that in practice, but I'm kicking my little feet. My partner Emily got me this in our Hallow stockings this year, and it's just a really cute, deceptively spicy romance about a witch who accidentally summons a demon who then can't leave until she gives him her soul, but she doesn't want to give him her soul. And so it's like a fake dating, forced proximity, very cute, very wholesome, very spicy romance. And I loved it. I really loved it. What happened to me? I don't know. This changed my brain chemistry. I don't know what happened, but I was kicking my little feet. Just like boop, 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 boop. It was so cute. So romantic. I really loved it. And then the second romance I got is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. This one is a gender-swapped present day When Harry Met Sally retelling, which is why I got it. I love When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. Like, just my very favorite thing. And so I saw the cover and I was like, holy diddly, I know what that is. And it is, and I'm very excited about it. I've heard that this is also really spicy. I was so nervous about that, but after my positive experience with A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, I'm hopeful. And one of you lovely people commented on my last video and said that you're not really a romance person, but you love this book. So, fingers crossed. I've got a couple of books that I put in a historical fiction category, kind of for lack of a better place to put them. The first one is The Family by Naomi Krupitsky. This one is a female friendship historical fiction story, and I believe one of them is she's not. I think that her family is part of the mob. Intriguing. I love historical fiction. I'm such a history nerd. I studied it in college. I love visiting other times, and I hope that this is a good one. I also love female friendship. This one, I also talked in that same video that I talked about you again in, Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. So this one is about two women who survive the murders of their friends by a very famous serial killer. I'm not a true crime person, and I'm interested in this because its whole mission is to shift the focus back to both the women whose lives were taken and the survivors, rather than the serial killer is so cool, hot, sexy, smart, which is not ever what I want to participate in. So I'm really excited. And this cover, I just can't get over this cover. God. Beautiful. A classic really quick, the only classic. I got kind of just like a floppy, yeah, it's a Penguin Classics edition of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Goodwill find. I'm very excited. I realized that I haven't read this since high school, and I really want to read it again. And in winter, I tend to get into like long, broody, classic vibes. So I thought, you know, in the next few months will be the perfect time for it. I'm really looking forward to it. I went to that Goodwill to find Jane Eyre, and they had it. I was so excited. The next two, I'm pretty sure are fantasy. Fantasy, magical realism in that neighborhood. That flavor. This one is The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina by Zoraida Cordova. I believe this is a magical family story. I don't know a whole ton about this, and I kind of just want to pick it up when the vibe's right. I found this at the Goodwill as well. It was one of those things where I just saw it on the shelf and I was like, that sounds like a good time. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna pick it up. And then I think this is fantasy. This is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. All I know is that a man is in a very mysterious locale, and he's there with only one other person. I think they're like trapped there, and he's just going around taking notes, trying to figure out where they are. I don't really know anything more than that. I think it's one of those things where that's all you really should know, if that even. But people love this book, so I'm really excited. I hope that I love it as much as everyone else does. Now we're on to my favorite. I got a fat stack of horror. I'm a big horror guy, so, and it's October. I had to do it. So, the first one is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. This is another one that for me came out of nowhere. Like, I had never heard anything about it ever, and then like a month or two ago, I just saw all of these vlogs of people losing their minds over this book all at once. So I'm really, really excited about it. It is about Dracula's first wife, and I think she's writing letters to him, which is so, I hope that's true, which is so interesting because the original Dracula book is also epistolary. So I love that this is epistolary too. I think that it's all about like abusive relationships, but I've also heard that it's sapphic. So I'm really excited. I love an intimate character study, especially one centered on a woman. So I hope that that's what this is. Okay, next, more gays. This pile's very gay, really gay, so you're welcome. I got Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. I've been wanting to read this for so long. If you watch BookTube, I'm sure that you've seen other people flipping out about this book, and I'm so excited to flip out about it along with them. In case you somehow haven't heard about this book, it's about a lesbian couple. One of them goes on a submarine voyage that's supposed to last about a week, but it turns out to last a few months, and her wife thought that she died down there, but she comes back. And so it's kind of grappling with like, how do you mourn someone if you don't know if they're gone for sure? And then what do you do when they come back? Mourning the person that your loved one once was, now that they're like irrevocably different. I'm very excited about it. I'm sure it's gonna be beautiful. I might have gotten my hopes too high for this next one. I'm really worried that I didn't, but I'm so excited. It's A Haunting on the Hill by Elizabeth Hand. I love Haunting of Hill House. I love Haunting of Hill House so much. It's one of my very favorites. Shirley Jackson is my girl. And this one is like the first book to have like be officially set in the same universe. I think it's in the same house. I believe that it is about a playwright and a group of actors who go there to work on a play. I've heard that it's also sapphic, which Haunting of Hill House was too. If you know, you know. I lost my mind when I saw this announcement and I can't wait to read it, and I really hope that I haven't gotten my hopes up too high. Okay, more gays. So next up, I think I'm gonna read this one next. This is Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. Chuck Tingle, he writes like satirical erotica, and this is his first book. It is a horror book set at a conversion therapy camp. I found out that the main character is an autistic lesbian, and it was all over. I mean, hi! Like, I'm really excited, and Chuck Tingle is autistic himself, so I'm really excited to read some autism written by an autistic person. All right, I've been waiting to get this one to come out on paperback. This is Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. I've heard such wonderful things about this one, but it's a chonker. It is a brick, and when it was in hardback, I was like, I'm never gonna read that. Like, just the physical reading experiences. I don't love hardbacks, and when they're huge, like, I just don't know what to do with myself. But this one is very comfortable to hold, so I'm very excited about it. I believe it's about a man and his son. The wife passed away recently, and they're starting to find out that she was a part of this scary, cultish community, and that community is now coming for the son. I've heard wonderful things. I'm very excited. This cover is so beautiful I could cry. Okay, just a few more. I got Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I heard this one also has lesbians and also has autism rep. Very exciting. This one, though, is about killer mermaids, which is so exciting. It has never occurred to me to read killer mermaids, but I've heard that it's really gory, really scary. I'm really excited. Joreline seemed to like it, and I trust her. All right, up next, The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. This is also fully an Allison Pages purchase, 100%. She read this in the Summerween one, I believe. This one, I want to know as little as possible about, other than what I saw in her video. I believe it's zombies, but like a new interesting take on zombies. I think it's like sci-fi horror, which I also really enjoy, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope it blows my mind. And I feel like it'll probably make me cry. I don't know if I have any reason to feel that way, but I feel that way. Last up, honestly my favorite cover in this stack. Jesus Christ, it's so beautiful. This is Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. I mean, what? So beautiful. So this one is like dark fantasy, horror, fairy tale retelling. I think that this is one of those things where people go into it expecting one thing and then it's a lot darker than they were expecting. So I'm glad I know that. I don't think I'll have a problem. I'm really looking forward to it. It's about some magical girls who have a very overbearing father, and they're kind of trying to escape him, I think. I'm not positive about the details, but I know that Leonie loves this book. Trust Leonie. And this cover is just so beautiful. And then recently one of my coworkers recommended it to me, so now I'm even more excited. Anyway, that's all the freaking books, folks. Thank you so much. If you've watched to the end of this video, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you're especially stoked for me to read any of these in particular. I'm building my TBR for next month, so let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.